Apologies for the very extended wait. I had a phone call in the year of our Lord 2023. Anyway. I don't think anybody's watching, but I don't care. I'm going to get started. I want to play the video game. Oh, my stream is unlisted. I'm a dumbass. Okay, let's put that up. Whoops. My bad. I'll put the music back on for a bit and let people stream in. And then we'll be good. Okay, screw it. Let's get started now. I'm excited. I want to play the video game. We're going. We're doing it. We're gaming. It's time. 4.0. I'm very excited. Okay. As stated, I am going in 100% blind as humanly possible. I've seen, like, couple out of context screenshots. I've seen the trending tab on Twitter. That's kind of the extent of my knowledge. I know nothing about the story, and I haven't even turned on the game yet. That is how spoiler-free I wanted to be. And it's working. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. This is the first time I have been able to play a major version on launch, besides 1.0. Well, no, I played 1.0 after launch. This is the first time I'm doing it day one. A blank point zero update. I mean, obviously I've played other updates on launch because this game is my obsession. Anyway. Let's get started. I have, in standard tradition, if you come from my Twitch, I have a wig. I have an outfit. Thank you, Freddy. It's albedo wee time. And speaking of, it is time. Turn on that. We're going to get started. Before I do anything, I want to go into my party select screen, and that's going to take a bit. Support waypoint unlocked. Okay. Should be the new domains, too. There it is. Okay. 4.0 is here. I am very excited.
Once, there was a...
Shut up. Speaking of...
Let the magic begin!
Let's get one up.
Let the magic begin!
I'll test out trials. That's interesting. They don't have Barbara as a trial. Strange. Area. Plus. Really? Your decision to speak in the Malazar will determine if you challenge the WOAH, Dirge of Queller, or the Numa and Nemesis cards. That's interesting. So it's literally 2 bosses. I'll check this real quick. Yep. I have gotten spoiled on this a little, and I'm very excited. I do kind of know what that's about. Vaguely. Ah, okay. So it is 2 different boss materials. That's interesting. So can you change it on the fly? We'll see. For now, I will get you up to 20. I'll do that later. I'll test it out real quick. Take those. Okay, go away. Go away. Party setup. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, and they have the same pose. I didn't even notice. That's awesome. Very cool. I dig it. Lynette. Yeah.
Time for afternoon tea.
Okay, so they do keep their voice lines. There's Lynette.
Step on up.
Definitely feels good to play. Good. Just go back to main team. Clearing everything out. Really? Thank you very much. That is much needed. One of all 3-star weapon ascension materials. Really? That's much appreciated. Oh, I gotta put that back. Gadgets. Okay. I do not want to do commissions right now. I want to just get right to it. Here we are. There it is. Okay, yeah, there's 3 areas. So 3 statues. Thank you for automatically putting this here. That is a lifesaver. Oh, we're going immediately. Okay. Good, straight in. Look at that. Oh. We are. Finally. Bonsai. After 3 years? 3 years. while I'm at it. Oh! Go to Caravan Rebit. Okay. Never mind. Guess we're not going to Fontaine yet.
Good old Caravan Rebat. Now let Paimon think. What were we up to the first time we came here? Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her. So much time has already passed since then, and it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with. Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next?
I do wonder. I suspect tomfoolery about.
Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then, you fished Paimon out. Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination for now.
Stop Fontaine.
Ah, look who it is.
Oh!
Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious business. Even though it may have nothing to do with our journey.
Did they increase Paimon sass? I guess they did.
But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. I'm on my way to report back. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway? Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. I guess you'd never stay for too long in one place. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. I'm starting to feel sad just thinking about it. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two? What do you say?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us so much. But don't worry, we'll come back to see everyone when we get a chance.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't handle. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't tried yet. Now, where's that list Paimon made?
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going-away party or anything. It's sad enough to see you go like
You're
this.
just gonna show up and
Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always prefer leaving quietly.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahita? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the real world.
And I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler and Paimon. Whether as a client or a friend, you're always welcome to come find me.
There.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Alright. It's time. Actually time now. Before we do anything though, I will put up this. Oop. Sorry. Audio issues. My capture card is me. Cool. Alright. Gotta head over down there. Be off. like how they let you get a last few in. Those are fun. We are. Oh, there. Ah, that's not in the game yet. Let's see that. No, let me just highlights. I'll check that later. I know everything already anyway. Oh boy. Oh boy. First of many. Hydroculus. Great. There's more on the ships, but... I was right. They are doing jazz for Fontaine. God. Really hoping they would. Here we are.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port. Wow, everything looks so advanced in Fontaine. Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines. Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think? Good idea. Nahida gave us loads of useful information.
This time let's get straight to the point. No dilly-dallying.
Seeking out the Seven is probably still our best source for information at this point.
Reminder, this is... yeah.
Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida said that she has a very unique personality, whatever that means. To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
Woohoo, random NPC interactions.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was a pretty decent person.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you two? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some kind of play, so we didn't want to interrupt.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like some kind of story.
Well,
Oh,
good
there's
tales
a-
are often based on true stories, aren't they?
There.
And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important.
I feel like
The
that is
main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is
foreshadowing, but
splendid
also
enough.
capitalized. So many things
Oh,
we've
but it
already
looks like
seen.
you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
I'm making it immediately clear.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things. It's just that putting someone on trial is usually a very serious thing.
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the
Neuvillette, okay.
Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Cannot wait for everybody to butcher French pronunciations because French is a very silly language. This is just a fact. French is. I cannot speak today. English is a very silly language. French is a very silly language as well. What is more silly? French or English? Who knows? Probably both.
Here are trees? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, Paimon's curious. We should check it out if we get the chance. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro Archon?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest
Okay, so
passion.
you call her Fiorina.
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I am afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Well, that's certainly easier than last time.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Very different from the previous. I almost got myself spoiled scrolling up in the Discord chat. Whoops. I'm glad I stopped.
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find myself face to face with Monsieur Neuvillette.
Stream?
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Yeah, it's very different from the other four nations so far, which is a good change of pace. I like when they write all the Archons differently.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for?
Oh no.
Huh.
Oh, Lynette.
Maybe
Okay.
something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
Is this where they introduce swimming? That's gonna be a fun introduction. Chapter 4. Here we go. Wow, the water's really loud. Jeez. Lynette.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Though people call the waters around Fontaine a sea, it's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories.
That's the line from the trailer. Literal? Is it metaphorical? Who knows?
It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
Well, I think that's just a you problem.
Ah, I don't believe we've had the pleasure of
Here we
meeting.
go.
Are you Lynette's new friends?
That's a typo. Back when 3.8 first dropped, I had complained that there was a bunch of typos and grammatical errors, and I was like, oh, I bet because the translation team is focusing on 4.0. They didn't fix it. I'm mad. You
Hi,
are a
chat.
brilliant-
I'm just coming in to
Hi.
say you should grab Paimon by the back of the hair and shove her in the water. Okay, thanks. Goodbye.
Submerge the bitch. Missing question mark. Move one of the question marks from there to there. Come on, people.
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
I've had no drop frames the entire stream. Good lord.
So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
Did not expect Lynette sass.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? And that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
It's called a metaphor. Look it up.
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now.
Oh, that line is from Linny. I was like, is it from Linny or is it from Tainari?
Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake?
We
You're
couldn't
not
even
poking fun at Paimon, are
make
you?
handshake animations. Could we?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Oh. Really? She is.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and her companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
Nobody here seems to be holding a glass.
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner.
Ada was right.
I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Found her.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
That makes sense. It's called spies.
Oh, talk about sounding high and mighty.
What's your deal?
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see her. Oh, I bet this is gonna be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another land, just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
I've got a resume.
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that
not at all.
this is a duel against the divine?
You know nothing of my repertoire.
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Yes, precisely.
Stand down, Clorend. I admire her bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. She is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Huh. Yeah, she's right.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
You see. Then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
Oh, all right. Now that'll be worth seeing.
Right. This is Fontaine, after all.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it? According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh, so that...
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My
That was
apologies,
fast.
Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
True.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
That's clever. Living up to his name.
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Technicalities.
You call that magic?
I thought it was pretty good.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
You've been hitting him with the toodaloo. I love her already. Cannot wait to expose her as a fraud.
Just like that! She's gone! Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really...
Splendid. In that case, what... Oh, you really mean it? This is a magical item known as a magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people...
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia.
Can't see it right now, but I'm pointing. I get what you're putting down. I get what you're squeezing out.
But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Before we do that, I want to head up, grab a little something. Presume it'll let me. Nice. Woohoo.
What was that? Oh, it's gone. Can I
It's
go
a
take a
slow
look?
elevator. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Jesus. Anyway. We'll get on that later. Statue of the Seven. I don't know if this is official confirmation, but it is looking like Statues of the Seven are all based off of the current Archons, not the first ones. It was a big question I had. That's the Balo region. Okay. Okay, so that's how you get swimming. Good to know. Now, give me Hydro. A little silly. Check it out. It's Numa, okay. Numa and that is... Oh shit. Okay. So you do get both for free. That's nice. I was kind of worried about that. Anyway. I may only do Act 1. This is kind of long. I want to do other things.
What's this? So you also believe...
What?
No, I believe... The story says that people want... As time wore on, people desire... So, if you ask me...
Oh, we hadn't...
All right, I'll take it.
That's important. I'm not a story skipper. Don't worry. I read.
So you're the blonde traveler. Oh, a magic pot? Thanks.
Don't know if you can hear that, but Doggy. I'm going to mute just in case, because it's bastard loud.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the...
You should still take...
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that... if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some... interesting opinions. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic
So, you want to...
Oh, that would be much appreciated.
It seems we have to use Hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
Damn it.
Go!
The traveler's skill, use a good one.
Ha!
Oh, so does the, This is HP efficiency. And that's basically every main character in this update has HP drain of some kind. Very weird design choice. Yeah. It's basically just run everything. Can do that. Believe I need. Yeah, do that too. No.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the Court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the Court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Pickpocket her.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries. All right,
I just guess I can. Yoink. Oh, the boats are on timer. Okay.
This is Wait.
Cheers.
Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's...
Are you sure that's all she took?
No, that was all. Anyway, I should be going now.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you...
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's...
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it.
You're right, you're right. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so...
What a slippery little thief!
All right, let's put...
So what was that all about? That was clearly an NPC model. It couldn't have been that important. We'll see.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around!
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while.
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding with you?
Puppy. Puppy. Oh, puppy. Ooh. Doggy. Oh, doggy. Doggy. Oh, doggy.
No, that's not what I meant.
Doggy.
It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us.
Doggy.
Whatever.
Doggy. 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 Anyway.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Aw, it doesn't give me the Hydroculus. Okay. Oh, there she is. Oh, wait, no. Charlotte!
Huh?
They have some special dialogue for if you met her in the event.
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Yeah!
I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aqua bus. In the story of my life, this is big news.
I think they wrote the dialogue to be like, well, if you met her, then I want to check the
What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence, but as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Lenny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials of the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days.
you're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with the draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago.
Finally, a fucking date! Oh my god. They never do that.
And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Fuck out. That's gonna be important. We have some theories, but literally just started. We're an hour in.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
We are.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well. The
I have an interview to get to.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya!
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first?
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all.
Statues over there. What's this? Oh, event. Okay. Way over here. I want to get the statue of the Seven first if I can. Direction, that'd be it. This way. Okay. I was not paying attention. waypoint over here. That helps. Absolutely killer soundtrack. Lost. Whatever. I'll do it later. Small. Wait. It's playing on a speaker. It's playing on a speaker. That's like the second example of a speaker we've seen in this. Of course, the first one is from us. But it is good to know that like that is a thing, and it's not just explainable Alice magic. Like, oh yeah, no, there's audio equipment, spontaneous super duper advance, and all that. I am lost. This city is big. Only the climber. No, it's slower. Oh, over here. Okay. Oh, okay. Here. Oh!
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go?
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
They're not very subtle. I did kind of get spoiled on this just from some voice lines, but... Yeah. I'm excited.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
Hmm? What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me?
You go ahead.
Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collect...
Yes, I went diving and...
That's our Fremine. Always...
Bro's scampering.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
Maybe it's like, Raiden and how she has control over storms. So maybe it's like, oh, Ursula has control over the rain in Fontaine. Or maybe it's like an unintentional thing.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It said that a dragon of water resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon! dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps you can't be comforted by the words of strangers. It rained for longer than I suspected.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help. I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted.
No trouble at all!
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, no need.
I was like, they're not ending it this quickly, right? Waypoint over here. Oh, here's where... Hi, Catherine. Champion duelist. Oh, there's another duelist there. Like, Claritin. I want to check something real quick. No, Fremine is not in the character archive yet. Okay, I was just curious. Character archive does not have party setup animations. That is also what I was curious about. Hello.
Hello?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps you're just looking for a chat with me.
Her voice actor sounds really familiar.
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials.
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Wow. So...
I can't say for sure.
Hey! Is this machine...
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work?
But where does a big machine
but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely When a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
So that's what its other function is? But... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh, yeah!
Shogun is so strong.
So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and turn it into power for all of Fontaine, right?
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called pneumosia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away.
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by next month?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running up?
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered...
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect
Hi,
payments, why don't you settle your own debts
motherfucker.
first?
Good to see you again.
If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back to your little conversation here?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're
Hi.
surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly,
Oh, so
things have been pretty
he has
boring.
his vision here. Is that just an oversight, or does he lose his vision later? Because he has his vision.
But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Either way you look at it.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting.
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy.
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this.
You kidding? Aren't you? Listen to me, boy.
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has to pay up now!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Fuck him up!
I'm sure this won't
Fuck
take
him
long.
up! It's okay, he can have a little murder as a treat. Oh, do you get to? Hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You can run, but you can't hide.
Where they built him? Polar Star, okay. Polar Star and Oblige.
No time to look.
Bye-bye.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me you're...
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Got it? Huh?
Oh.
Now's my chance!
Just decks him.
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen?
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child?
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that?
I don't know, but recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me.
Maybe...
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss.
That's what that was. Okay. I did see some character design leaks of a certain somebody. And I was like, oh, are they introducing them soon? Seems to be. Seems to be.
It was during that time I learned nearly all of my
Skirk.
abilities.
Yep.
The one who took
That's
me
her.
under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat
Previously,
techniques.
this was only in his character story, but it's good to see they're weaving it into the plot now, especially because we're starting to get into the latter half.
One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
From everything I've seen of the Abyss, if you take something from it, it takes something from you. So it's definitely left a mark on him somehow.
But what is it?
She never explained that. But in my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in
A whale? Oh, against you before. You summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale it takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the...
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? So why don't you just go ask your master?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss.
Does this mean we could be going to the abyss pretty soon? Be interesting. Have that be a new sub-area, like Economia and the Chasm.
But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some...
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point. Oh, seems the time really...
What? More work?
No, it's more of a personal appointment.
Official champion duelist?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight with no specified stopping point.
So I have a feeling what's going to happen is there's going to be an emergency trial, and it's going to be like, oh my god, there's a Fatui Harbinger in Fontaine, and he beat the shit out of some guys, and we're going to arrest him. And then he's going to request a duel with, what's her name? The other Electro duelist. And he's not going to have his vision for whatever reason. He's going to either have it confiscated, or he's going to have it disabled. Some kind of reason. And then that will be that scene that we saw in the trailer, where he uses his delusion. Something like that.
So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal and the worst case scenario, though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced to death.
Yet.
So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a
So, do many...
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be... Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists.
Well, that's child for ya.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to have this.
Huh?
He gives it up?
Vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel.
Okay. He doesn't lose it.
I think I'll be better
intentionally,
off without it for
he
now.
intentionally disables it. Okay.
Besides, I just need you.
Paimon knows what you're up to.
Whatever gave you that idea?
Maybe he's trying to get us arrested.
Sneaky guy. Well,
That's interesting. Okay, that is not the direction I expected it to go in.
wow. Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story. Sorry.
Don't spoil it.
Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw that twist coming. The whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered. Oh, sorry about that. Hey. Lenny said that the Opera House is on Aranias, so let's go ride the Aquabus.
Wonder. You do. That's wild. You just straight up have a fucking vision in your inventory. Never thought I'd see the day. It's a 5-star item, so maybe you get to keep it? Who knows? Anyway. How close are we to the end of the quest? I'm getting kind of tired. I'm gonna open up the wiki and I'm gonna pray I don't get spoiled. Literally have my hand covering half the screen because I don't want to get spoiled. There we go. Okay. Chapter 4. Act 1. How many quests? Shut up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's 3. So we're probably almost done with part 1. Or part 2, excuse me. And we're gonna go to part 3. Then I think I might just wrap it up for the day. I want to go to literally anything else. Hello. You don't have access to it. Bird. There's a teleport point there, so you can get to... Actually, I do wonder, are there any okay, it's just the 3 domains. I was like, are there... what are they called? One-time domains? No. Looks like there's no one-time domains this update, which is fine. How do we get to the zone? I want to get the Statue of the Seven first, just to unlock that area. Then after that... Well... It's really interesting. I thought we wouldn't see Child until, that trial scene, but I like how they're doing it. It's like... I was originally kind of like, oh god, I don't want Child. I want his story to end in WOAh, and then they'll do him. No, this feels very. I don't want to say anecdotal is not the right word, but I'm sure it'll be like a much bigger deal later. But we'll see. Oh, it's up. Okay. Did not notice. That was weird. Oh, right. I just remembered. I want to turn this on. Good. They added this, and I am very happy they did. Gyro aiming. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Very happy that they added that. I've been asking for that for a little while. No bluebies. No bluebies. I'll test it out with Warzone real quick. That does... They have 2 axes, but they're missing axis 3, which I'm used to from, like, Platoon, or whatever. So that sensitivity needs to go way up. I'm gonna have to commit that to muscle memory. It's gonna be annoying. That's good. What of doing Springs? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. No Aiden. Alright. Okay. Let's go vertical. I guess not. Less information. Okay, this is like the main station. Woohoo! Another elevator. Dum-de-dum. I think you can hop out if you miss input, which is nice. There it is. Okay. That's annoying. It's covered by a pillar. Oh, there's a world quest over there. Right now. Virgin. DMC. Oop. Need the map. Look at that. Beautiful. That is a lot of teleport waypoints. Look how much is underground! Ugh. That's gonna be real annoying. Oh. That's interesting. Okay, so there's definitely stuff up north. Up north, excuse me. I have a feeling a lot of Fontaine will be over to the east. Because it has to connect with Liwa and Mondstadt somehow. That's kind of a big deal. Clunk. It's a very blue sigil. I expected it to be brighter. But I guess they have to keep the bright blue for, who's my puppy? Okay, anyway, let's go to the Line. Oh, so you can just summon an Aquabus if one's up there. That's nice. Oh, I fell. Damn it. Let's go! You gotta. Okay. What do? This is the... Okay, we're going. Off we go.
Welcome to the Navia Line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so. Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself. The destination of the current tour is Arenias. Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiquest. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned
Up in
new
the sky?
sightseeing
Where?
opportunity.
Is it the cubes?
Ingenuity truly is a wondrous thing.
Where? Where? Oh, there's a shrine of depth. Come back. Is it the cubes or is it on the mountain there? Who knows? If you look to your right, you can see the.
We are now approaching our final destination. Please be sure to bring all your personal belongings with you as you disembark. Even though I will take any forgotten items to the lost and found, the paperwork is rather annoying, as Melusine hands are not suitable for grasping pens. Please be careful when disembarking. It has been my honor to be your tour guide's trip. Thank you.
Way to cut off my joke. Welcome to Fontaine. Is it just ride an Aquabus? Yeah. I will be using that as little as possible. It is very slow. That's kind of the point. Okay. What are we on? Okay, we're still on 2. Is my Joculus in there? Excuse me, don't mind if I do. I'd have to run my freeze team more, since, you know, in Fontaine, I need Hydro. Because before I had Baiju for Dendro in, Swear. Used to walking everywhere.
Whoa! Now this is fancy! Huh. Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Oh, Archon.
I don't know why you always feel the need to...
I guess if there are kids...
Maybe this is one of the customs and...
WOAH.
What's wrong?
WOAH. WOAH.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you hearing things?
Is that Nicole or is that somebody
Welcome
else?
to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for...
Lynette! You scared Paimon! When did you get here?
When he asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people...
Hey, you're not trying to...
I see. In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of her sensitivity to the...
When do you cry, Paimon?
That's a loaded question.
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh,
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here.
Oh. That has some possibility for shenanigans.
So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you would...
Rather than worrying about them, don't let that calm look of his fool you.
Oh, right.
Don't teleport me, please. Thank you. Come in. I do like this sigil system. I do too. I think it is quite convenient. It's 30 this time. Okay. Undersword. There's... Crown's only at 5. Really? 50. Okay. Probably capped. I'm sure somebody has already translated all of that. This is Fountain of Scene and some big minor plug deal. This game loves its secrets that nobody's going to see. It loves them immensely. How long have we been going? We've been going for about 2 hours. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're going straight in. Okay. Oh, it's some area. Hi.
Traveler and Paimon, good to see you. I knew you two would come.
Are you kidding?
But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue.
You. So I am very curious. Probably going to see
the
that
Opera
scene
House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Game loves to cut me off. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see that scene from the trailer where Lynette gets stuck. We'll see what that's all about.
Front row seat!
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a look at this?
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats.
There is some slight reverb. Is it reverb in the dialogue? Anyway. Oh yeah, look at that. That is a beauty. Theotimus. I don't know where Phil's seat is. Oh? You're here early. Hi, you're here. Much earlier than I thought.
Oh, these should be our seats.
Hi. Is this real? You wouldn't believe it.
Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty.
You're up.
You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Unfortunately, you are the extrovert of the party.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Oh, I like his voice a lot.
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if that is what you would like.
Raise mic volume, please. I did not know it was quiet. How's that? We good? We good. Okay.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down.
I feel like that the voice direction has gotten way better, even in comparison to Smeru. Just feels way more like, I don't want to say natural, but yeah. I think it's much better.
Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk, but, what should we talk about?
A lot of the dialogue feels just more natural. Not like acting, like just actual conversation. And I really dig that. That's an acquired skill.
Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
So then why are you
So
here?
you're not friends with... Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Valdane.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat, and as required by proper etiquette, I will...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have
So
you
he
here to
pronounced
see
him
my
like
show.
Nervlet. Again, the time-honored tradition of inconsistency between pronunciations. I was just complimenting the voice direction, and then you do this. This game's great.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in person.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
And then that's another completely different pronunciation of his name. Which is it? Which one?
I saw you all chatting just now. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the
there's the
symbol
seat
of
up there.
justice and...
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude just now. Paimon had no idea you were such an important person.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so... I'm not so
Atrocity?
special,
Atrocity? Atrocity.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
I was wondering, hey, where's her seat? There it is. It's up
I believe
there.
she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression.
Well, she already failed that earlier.
So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become flustered.
I don't know. I keep saying it in some pictures, but I love the slight :3 mouth that she has. It's like very slight. And I think it's really silly.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon.
Oh great,
She sure
it's
has
this
a
asshole
smug and
again.
satisfied look on her face.
Paimon looks
'Cause
football
she has
field
no
puntable,
idea that
perfect
you saw
size.
right through her ass.
A little big. You gotta compress.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
He's like, don't look at her. Don't encourage her. Definitely not beating the father and daughter accusations.
Huh? So
It's
is
like,
this what
just
things
like,
are like
please
between the Chief
ignore her.
Justice and the Hydro Archon?
All right, please wait just a moment longer.
Yay! The show is finally about to start!
Okay. I will take this text off the screen. Since this is probably a cutscene.
They're dimming the lights! The show must be starting! Sorry.
It's like, please shut up.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny.
I wonder what tomfoolery is going to happen now, since this is probably going to be the very end of of Act 1. Well, no, I think there's a little more after this. This is a long-ass quest. Well, it is an Archon quest, so... I guess that makes sense. I will pull up... Yeah, okay, this is the end of City of Rains and Remembrance. I have no idea what's going to happen next, besides what has been seen in the trailer. Joe... Actually, I will read a little bit of what is there. Well, no, I'm not gonna.
And over here is my sister Lynette, who will be working as my
I gotta
wonderful
learn
assistant.
to control the
Please,
temptation.
let's give her a warm welcome.
I'll probably just be having this on autoplay.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing.
I will be kind of
I would
skipping
like
through
to
it a little
take
bit.
a moment to assure you that elemental power. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods will be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the...
Now, without further ado, let the I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected... Oh, and before I forget, there's... You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Here we go.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. Huh? But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Yeah, this is the scene from the trailer. Something is about to go very wrong. That's not a spoiler, is it? This is in the trailer.
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Uh-oh.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so it just ends there. Okay. So I'm guessing that scene comes later. Or maybe it was a red herring. That'd be especially interesting.
What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't seem to do anything.
That's a red herring. That'd be really interesting.
How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage.
Guess you're right.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've
Gotta get back to
prepared
work, sorry.
even
Okay.
more astonishing
I was gonna say
surprises
have
for
fun,
everyone
but
here.
I don't know.
The magic of transformation and
Yeah,
disappearance
I think once
can
I
go
complete
far
Act 1,
beyond
I
what you've
will
just seen.
turn off stream for the day, because
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is
this
still
is
my
very good so
assistant
far.
after all.
But it's very
In which
clearly
case,
just like
I have ample time to... So, for my next trick, I will require the participation
Gee, I wonder
of
who
one
it will
lucky
be.
audience member. Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now...
But yeah,
there are two
I'm gonna
boxes,
stream.
and only two boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience, our lucky audience member and I will each enter a mat. Now please, everyone pay...
Wow. Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have
The lucky audience member will be generated by... It selects numbers entirely at random. Now then, let's begin.
Oh, there's Fontanian number script.
Let me see. Oh, please, come forward. My assistant will take you
Who will
beside the
be?
magic box.
It's gonna be the fucking thief from earlier, isn't it? That or child. No, it is just somebody. Wait, no.
I'm sorry, it might be a little...
It is the fucking thief from
cramped inside,
earlier.
But no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible.
Wait. Oh, that's why. I know what's going to happen. Okay, that's cheeky.
You don't need to do anything if the magic is interrupted.
Oh, okay.
All right. Before I... Like this. 60, 59, 58. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
That's why they mentioned the disappearances earlier. She is going to vanish. And then that's going to be a bit of a problem.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that.
No, that won't do. Come on, repeat after me.
60, 50.
That's right, perfect.
54? Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. Merely a consequence of my identity.
I'm counting in my head.
You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be 40, 30.
Mr. Lenny, are you...
Yes, I'm fine. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong...
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, that's 25!
What's wrong, Mr. Lenny?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here.
I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the...
No, that's unacceptable. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can 10 seconds and change.
10! Almost there now. 8! Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again. 7! Hey, slow down! Honestly! 5! 4! 3! Whoops! That doesn't count! 0! Ta-da!
Using the other one. There's gonna be nobody, and then he's gonna get. Ooh, is he gonna get convicted for the disappearances? That'd be interesting. Oh! Or that.
What happened? Huh? Is this Mr. Lenny? You're going...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl with...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
So was it an accident, or was it intentional?
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found.
That's the thief from earlier. So, is there some ulterior motive?
It appears that this incident was not merely, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know that I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linny, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? Now that I think about it, that whole...
That can't be right! He was in the box on the stage the entire time! Besides, before the show, he told us they would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances! He couldn't possibly mean catching himself!
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linny and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Huh? I just think that he... Well, I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said...
A kidnapping and murder
I mean, of course, that's right. I mean you, Traveler. You support Lynn. But with Linny's help, although no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
I understand. Well, Traveler, Seems Lady Farina has said, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case? Very well. The trial will be held a day from now, and Linney and his troop are all... The audience may begin to leave.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what...
Lenny!
Sorry about it.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer? Good to hear. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. As for how that girl chosen from the... Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull...
Which is precisely why we need to investigate! As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them.
Your
I think
savings?
they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. But with the guards watching our every move, good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just since we're going to start investigating...
Oh, well...
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. 'Tis truly a pity. But if revealing our... We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case!
I presume.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation
She
going?
keeps the glasses on.
I see. You must... Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it. This is the real mystery. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends? So in just a short time, I know there's no such thing as I've seen a lot of cases. And I can tell you that people are the least... Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourself.
Use the case record to confirm your current evidence clue. Fuck! Oh, we're gonna have to look for evidence ourselves. Oh boy. Investigation for the guards indicates the fireworks launched at the tail end of the magic port set the rope dangling the water tank of light, causing the tank to fall and kill Cowl, who's in with it. Seems the evidence that Lenny was the likeliest user of the prop to commit a crime. However, the reason for the victim being Cowl and the reason for the show's latest disappearance remain mysteries. Deceased was one of Lenny's assistants, Cowl. Warehouse switcheroo case record. Oh, so it's...
Whoever the murderer was, they must have made preparations well beforehand. Whoever the why would it be him?
Comments from Paimon. I have to wonder. Paimon keeps them. That's great. So I gotta... If I don't heal myself, I'm gonna be irritated for... Okay. So, because I'm going into this completely blind, I can't just look up a guide. I have to figure out how to do this. Ah. That's where the magic box was struck. Carl wasn't inside the water tank at the moment. He might have dodged the falling water tank. magic box. Yeah, there's no way he survives. Ooh.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Lynn didn't realize this was a safety concern. Or perhaps somebody modified the fireworks in order to frame them.
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Just looking for the snaps. Aha! Was it altered?
Whoa.
Aha!
This bit is made from different material. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Flash cotton.
Huh. So if a rope meant... Wait, but...
Ha! Somebody must have replaced the rope. I can finally talk. This is gonna be fun. I can actually talk about the video game. So the rope must have been modified in some way. With the flash cotton. In order to...
Whoever the murderer was... This rope was obviously...
Shut up. So there's gonna be 3 pieces of evidence, and then we have... So it looks like there's gonna be more cases that we're gonna investigate, which is gonna be very fun. If that's gonna be the main gimmick of this Archon Quest, then that's fun. Looks like we need some witness testimony.
Hello there. What?
Oh, this location is also... The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine.
So she's
who's
not
made
the
a bit of a
thief.
name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House. The Magic Troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social... Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost importance that we get to the...
Okay. Question is, was she chosen at random? I think there's a possibility that the random number generator itself could have actually been tampered with. Would be very interesting. Another interview here.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with
Knew
the
it.
random number selector.
It wasn't
after
random.
all.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience to... Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
That's
I'm
interesting.
sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
Huh, that's some evidence against him.
That much checks out.
But you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for...
Somebody has tampered with it. Tampered how? I guess I can. Okay. Ah, the box, of course. How did he do it? Okay, no information there. Interview there. Am I allowed to leave? Yes, I am. Okay. Just in case I feel like doing it. Which, this is fun. This is a fun Fun gimmick. There's Lenny and Lynette talking to Molly.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but that's alright.
Does this get written down? Or no?
Whoever the if people needed to register and reserve a... Why would it
I wonder, is still up there? Hard to tell from here, because there's no easy way to get up there. You can see it. Yeah. And of course, they only let you use Traveler. Or do they? Okay, yeah, no, they just straight up overwrite your party. That's interesting. Where's the next clue? Over there, and there's something over here. Okay. Oh. That's the box. Here we are. Silder.
I see that you're investigating the area. If you find any new and
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first?
Good.
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath. I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice, and when the pyrotechnics went off, she...
Wait, wasn't the...
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to... Oh, that's true.
That does remind...
Strange sound. I think that was somebody going into the magic box and then taking her. Then... swapped them with Cowl, and then for whatever reason, dropped the box. Not for whatever reason. However, dropped the box to kill him.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
No.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it.
So they're not the Mafia.
And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
Never mind, it's the Mafia.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus.
Huh? Boss? Mademoiselle?
Well, I am the second-generation president.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss,
No need.
Okay.
All merely trifling that's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time. Judging from the look of things, I find Lenny an unlikely mastermind.
Precisely. Some kind of bad actor involved.
Really? But...
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Okay.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Lenny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Sounds more like...
Well, what's your opinion? All right, I've answered...
Wait a minute!
Well, I say it does. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well...
And why would that be?
Most astute of you, Demo. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact.
So it looks like Nevia is going to be our... I don't want to compare it to previous, but like going against the Archon. And she'll be our ally, and then like slowly we'll get other people to our side. Not an uncommon plot beat. We've had it in Inazuma, we've had it in Samira, kind of. Mostly in Inazuma.
Then if that can be done, Bob.
All right, that's quite enough, Malou. Now, I need to make some preparation.
What? Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, what?
That's more like it.
You're missing
Far be it from me to brag, but you wish to save a friend from false accusations.
You have a point. Huh. You're quite the talker, aren't you, mister?
I wish Paimon put on like a deep voice when she had the glasses.
There. What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first.
Okay, so we have a very valuable ally now. Hello.
Sorry, but no one can freely...
No! Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes! After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
Sure.
I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so...
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time.
True.
I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, but still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave.
So the suspect must have been in the building at the time. They couldn't have left, they couldn't have entered.
We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Okay.
So, it's safe to say the girl could... Alright, thank you for your help. This'll...
Nobody could have left and nobody could have entered. Could somebody have entered? I don't think so.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Why would it be... with the...
So we have Cowl. Halsey. The Thump. Nobody could have left. So I think somebody had tampered with the random number generator or otherwise switched it around to 100% have... It had to have been somebody who had access to the seat listings. They had to have known who was sitting there. So it either had to be a member of the staff or it had to be somebody close to the staff. There's a Thump. That was likely her being kidnapped. Switched around with Cowl. However, the Thump came from the front box and not the back box. The back box is where she would have been. Nobody could have entered, nobody could have left, because the entrances were blocked.
Whoever the murderer was... This rope was...
Rope was tampered with in some way. Rope was tampered with in order to have it snap when... I have a feeling the pyrotechnics were altered as well, however, I don't know. I feel like that is kind of already accounted for with special rope. Maybe somebody's tampered with it. Something's up.
Let's see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how
Understood. Then I will be going with you.
Very good. Thanks for being...
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
Hello.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's Sorry, I got a little carried away there.
Was she like a defense
Call me
attorney?
Nadia. I'm a partner of theirs, and will be helping investigate this
I don't
whole situation. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers?
Well, let's just say we're tagging along.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me.
Okay, we're gonna
We'll
be looking
heading
below stage now. Sweet. So I do wonder, were the fireworks modified?
Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Huh.
Ah, good eye. That's
The door is insane.
The back? You mean?
very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone,
Aha.
replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly.
So does it function like an elevator?
So there was a
The
passageway
passage.
under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out the 2 magic boxes. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
So somebody must have been below stage. Got her. Put Cowell there. Cowell was a witness. Cowell was a witness. And they had a backup in case anybody witnessed the kidnapping. So they killed him. I think that's what's going on.
This trolley can raise and lower, and
I see.
Precisely.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and
Right! You were
ah, yes, a phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect. My
Ah.
assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh,
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes, and no one
I
can
gotta
tell
I gotta
who's
look
who.
back. I gotta look back and see, did they have the eyes?
And
That'd be fun.
that's my favorite part of this trick.
so that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
There's the magic trick. Stage magic box structure, audience side magic box structure. Okay. There's signs of a struggle here.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which,
Oh! Paimon knows! It's... and here's a broken vase!
that can't be.
Yep, there's a struggle.
Only moves along.
Some point during the transportation, there's somebody down here. The criminal in question. kidnapped her, knocked over the vase in the struggle, and then Cowl, being a witness, was placed there and killed. So there would be no witnesses. Oh.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience. Her clothes are here, but she's no...
Right. And, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Huh. This all points to signs of a struggle. Worse. Tracks. From there. It was knocked over here too.
Huh. Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different...
Whatever it is.
Did the culprit use that to stop the train? It would be a very efficient way to stop the train.
Whoever the... Why would it be? This is...
Oh, okay. That's nice. There's two more we're missing. Storage boxes. There. Aha! That must have been where they entered through.
What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Huh.
Alone, perhaps.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down. Seems we're just about done investigating.
I feel like we're missing something.
Why would it be?
Oh yeah, no, we are missing some stuff here. Tunnel vents. Looks like that's all of the necessary stuff.
Let's head back up.
Though there may be some additional missable things. Doesn't look like it. Should be controlled by Trolley. Seems to be able to operate automatically. Let's go to the surface, I guess? I don't think I missed anything too important.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once...
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal...
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the Opera House's basement. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnel's become like a secret chamber then.
The plot thickens. No wonder Farina was so...
In other words, the charges of...
Charges? And then...
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the opera. That's right. This is the statements from both sides that, if to put it simply, it's as if...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted.
Huh? So that...
In practice, there is very little difference, but... yes, the guards also...
Huh?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies.
They're concerned that we might be colluding, and even if that were not so, it could prove...
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to properly...
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Paimon?
Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks?
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven! From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, but you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself!
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks.
Oh, you first, where are the horses?
Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. Anyway, give these a try.
Only 3?
Well, eating too many sweet treats might...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is no need for concern.
Okay.
All right, then. Down to business. However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing?
The flower base and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate
That's
some
what I'm
altercation
saying!
between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel,
There's a struggle.
resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
That's what I'm saying!
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but...
True, but the only people left to consider are both technically victims.
Huh. Could Halsey have...
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, nor does she have any motive. The guards said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
She did look a lot like the thief from the beginning, and that was kind of just a random deal. So maybe it's a very distinct possibility.
From the sound of things, your macarons are amazing though, Navia.
They are my...
What? 5?
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No, besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have it. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons...
All right, we get it. Malus, set up the stove again, if you would.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Okay, it is the second round.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet. It would be awkward if you got...
All right, thanks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Possibility of a third person being involved. Whether Cowell or Hasley had voted. After talking to Navia, the likelihood of the third person being involved seems very low too.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a...
So there's no way they're gonna let you be able to fail it because, you know, it's a story quest.
Here.
But first we go over what we got.
Why would it be?
We're missing one here.
Whoever the murderer...
Oh, right, I don't have investigation. Okay. I guess that's it then. I'm a little bummed that we couldn't do... We could be more thorough, but... I guess that's the best we can do. I must wait for the trial. I think I have a pretty decent idea of what's going on, but I could be very wrong. We will just have to see. Have you guys ever heard of this little game called Ace Attorney?
What do we do? The whole situation could plan.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and besides, I doubt Farina.
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Okay. Let's do it.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly...
Since both parties are present, firstly, in order for the audience to understand the...
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
The entire thing relies on Lenny being in box B, so he couldn't have been down there. So there had to be a third person involved.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lenny is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole...
That is simply your hypothesis.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
This is literally just Ace Attorney.
And you didn't hear anything else at all?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was...
Huh?
Hey, hang on!
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
That's fun.
Look at those scales.
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
There it is.
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Lenny, why didn't you...
Order! Order! First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you
Not
and
in
Ms.
box.
Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth. Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Miss...
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might...
What should we do now?
Granted.
I should not do this. I'm opening up a guide. This is blasphemy. I am well aware. But people have already written down the entire script. Right.
In that case, what is your...
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived.
Order! Order! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
So you would in that case, my...
Anyway. So the current House of the Hearth or the ex-House of the Hearth?
This is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Loving the Fatui motifs in the OST.
Yeah, sorry.
Paimon doesn't know where to start. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face.
So is Arlecchino trying to gain favor by saving people?
I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, that's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you. The truth is very important, but be right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point.
Outside.
You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me.
Sorry. Please.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear you.
Of course. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it.
Aha! So he was not...
From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box.
Figured. 60 seconds is a long time.
So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the
Aha!
octopus basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
He went to the base. He was in the basement, and during that time, the disappearance happened. That's why he couldn't have heard it, because he was in the basement at the time.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That boy seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground.
Yes.
But the countdown
He wasn't in the room
was
at the
almost
time.
finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought.
Right.
After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
He is
that explains why you didn't
completely
hear the thud.
innocent in this specific case. He was going to the Oratrice as a Fatus. Whoever is doing the kidnapping cases is not, unless there is some inter-harbinger conflict. Arlecchino, whoever is running the House of the Hearth, is specifically interested in the Oratrice. Nothing else.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
I have consistently seen from the way the Fatui are written that they prefer political favor. They want to be in control at all times. So, what better way to do that than to save people sometimes? I think that's going to be Arlecchino's intention. She is specifically saving people so that she can, go to the Fatui and take the Gnosis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
I think they are telling the truth here. I don't think they're lying.
So, there you have it. It was never my wish to proceed under, but like I said earlier, you can be the judge.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's
A statement. Heading to the chamber containing the Oratrice core. Upon entering the tunnel, and did not witness the crime taking place and did not know the blood. Those are the last two Opera House ones. Okay. That's probably the ones we were missing.
Whoever the why? That doesn't seem.
Yes.
Doesn't seem like.
There's some stuff. There's one we're missing here, which may be revealed later in the trial. That's it. Have answers. And he may be a Fatus, but in this specific case, he's innocent.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
It's fucking Ace Attorney. Okay.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
That he did.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, so Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the...
Okay.
And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events.
So Linney did enter the tunnel. So first off, was Linney in the tunnel? No, he wasn't. Oh well. I just clicked that because I saw it. It's nice that they don't let you fail. Because, you know, it's an Archon Quest. When you enter the tunnels again. Again, this is truth. There's a thump. Because he wasn't in the tunnel.
According to Linney, he left...
He was in the tunnel and couldn't have heard the thump. He did not knock Coral out. No. And somebody dropped it. Linney entered the tunnel as the countdown began. I mean, I guess I could just brute force it. Oh.
Linney did not take part in...
Yeah, right. That's what the highlighted text was. He was confused when he saw the clothes because, of course, he wasn't in the room at the time. Linney in the tunnel time. No, it wasn't.
Linney
He
went
had
to
heard
the
the
room
voice. Here it is.
Attention! When the countdown started, Linney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the oratories is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene pain had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Not done yet. We still have... Question is, how did the accident happen? Refuted.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment is clearly tampered with in a remediated fashion. However, you said that Cal bumped into Lee by chance.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel,
Who was the setup meant to kill?
Assuming that what you say is true, Linny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you... Well, your denial is very strident.
Remember how you
I'll
refuted
give
his
you
alibi
that.
initially?
Of course I do. You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has become my weapon. Yes. Yes. Nobody.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Don't make me fail. But he answered or exit.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Okay. Strange sound.
That's right! Linny wasn't in
the box or the tunnel.
This means that when the crime happened, Linny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used
Hi, Squidward.
to prove an alibi has now
Hello.
become the best
What that?
proof.
I didn't hear you join.
How do you like that?
Oh. Joined, hi Squidwarded, and left. Thank you.
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Linny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
No. Guards investigation report. The fireworks evading. The end of the force. Night and birth of the rope. He didn't no longer suspicion. Only the members of the troop would have been able to tamper with the props. He gave a detailed account for how the trick was supposed to work. Using a box inside a box. The idea was a box containing the audio member to transport it across the tunnel, and then he would use the tunnel to go back. Change your outfit, lit it, and there's a system to take us on stage track. Those belong to Halsey. We've done it. There's so much noise outside. Good God. Could it have been a third person? Because unless it was a murder-suicide, then Cowell couldn't have done it. Halsey left her clothes. Halsey wasn't a member of the troop. He was killed. Had to have been a
Could
third
there
person.
have been a third person involved?
Cowell was murdered. Could have only been a member of the troop. Could it have been Cowell? But then why was he killed?
The deceased's name is Cowell. Could there have been a third?
I think it had to have been a third member of the troop. Because it had to have been a member of the troop. because that was the only person who could modify it and know how the trick worked. It could have been Halsey. Close with her. Unless there's some real tomfoolery going about, and it's like a... I'm gonna say a third person for now. No, okay. Is it Cowl?
The deceased's name is Cowl.
Who's Cowl? So then why did he die?
That can't be...
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowl did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Okay, so that was the tutorial. This is gonna be tough. How can we envisage Lenny as having been able to plane? Because he was underground.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent.
Listen. How can I prove there's an altercation in the tunnel?
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from...
I think there is an altercation. The prime suspect.
The deceased's name is... Lenny was not in the tunnel at...
Who's the prime suspect currently?
It would have been tough for both people to fit into...
Oh, wouldn't
The
it?
deceased's name is Cowl. It would have been tough for both people...
Where did Halsey go?
No one entered or left...
Okay, so those two are right. How can you envision being right?
No one entered or
Because he didn't leave.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at...
How's it go?
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent.
No.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
So there was some fear.
So there must...
She is the thief from earlier. What?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you...
Where did Halsey go?
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired...
If only we knew.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has... It's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which the sound we heard may have come from the deceased's name is Cowl.
Owl. The vase.
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence.
The water.
Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually, leaving only clothes behind. There's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water.
How could a person ever be transformed into... Must we read? Magic tricks are ultimately just...
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the lounge and
News.
We are still examining the items. We discovered several test tubes of fluid
Aha!
within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date.
It's empty.
It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's
You've got to be kidding! Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic. Guards, Mr. Linney, it appears you...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Yeah. Who's the prime suspect?
The deceased's name is...
Item did he use to control the timing?
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire... I remember there was something else.
The timing of the dissolution. And the mechanism behind the crime. Item to use to dissolve.
The water from the primordial sea should already...
Item did the culprit use to control the timing of the dissolution?
The deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial sea. The deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial... The deceased's name is Cowell.
There we go. Item was used to hide the mechanism behind the crime.
The rope that strung the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and cut. As such, the focus here is on the water and not the tank.
Timing specifically of the dissolution.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another...
Okay, so it is the hook. Hide the mechanism behind the crime.
I remember there was something up...
It's in the original plan. Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That actually links together.
My turn.
Oh dear, what do I do?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circuit. His notes mentioned he had an...
On that note, the guards... I shall now invite him on stage to...
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case, and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
What?
That can't be. Does this not clear, my dear citizen? Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all, having made modifications to the props beforehand. But upon his return, and ultimately, he knocked Cowell out. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. Is this the end of the road?
Not yet.
Oh no. Seems using.
I think we've all seen it. I believe this is indeed the finale.
See?
Now then, my good. Excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a reason for. I'll show you an amazing trick. One that. What?
No offense, miss, but.
Come on now, don't be.
But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be. Come on, Lenny and Lynette. But as the magic makers and stars of the show,
I understand.
What's going on here?
And voila.
What?
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey?
Huh?
So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after—
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my—
She was the accomplice?
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me.
that'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin?
What?
I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey.
She's from Mondstadt?
And I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller. But
That was the— oh my god, it was her!
I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and
She
there.
was the thief!
And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was on to me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box.
Oh!
There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes.
And that's why they were messy earlier.
I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lillian's perspective.
My turn. Okay, Lenny entered the tunnel. After his did not participate in the dissolving woman. He didn't. Let's go somewhere else first. Also, yes, I'm definitely ending stream after this. This is very long. I originally was like, yeah, this quest is pretty good, but it's not great. And then they hit us with the Ace Attorney stuff, and this is really fun. I really hope they do this more. This isn't just a one-time thing. Crash down. Accident.
The strange sound wasn't from
Oh!
fright. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Leanne mistakenly thought she was supposed to be arrested until she broke out of the box. The face was damaged in the altercation,
The flower vase was not broken to...
and then she changed clothes.
Lillian was afraid...
Precisely.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open.
Oh, because it only works on people from Fontaine and if she's from Mondstadt. Of course.
Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket. Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
Still don't know what could have caused the box to drop. I'm guessing that'll be the last refutation. We're still missing a ton.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that rather...
Winner.
Now then, Lady Farina. Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I'm...
What? Are you reading my mind now? No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat.
Wow. Look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after
So it all
the
makes
young
sense now.
woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Okay, Starro.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Higher-ups of who?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, therefore you would be wise.
Yes, our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it.
Well.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Not done yet. Nothing's found on scene. Okay. It's like, you don't want to do this again. We know. You're tired. We've been at this for 3.5 hours.
So, we're just going back now? That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end, I guess. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. As for why I'm a Fatous, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all.
What are the goals of the House of the Hearth?
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave,
yup,
approached recruiting us back
Arlecchino.
then, too.
Okay, we're getting mentions of her now.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
That's fucked.
Oh no. So he was gonna...
Ugh.
But what if I...
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person. All I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the Knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm.
Interesting.
And had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the Knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, So that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
Is she after the Gnosis?
She has her own plans.
Is Child after the Gnosis?
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Maybe she's Fontainian. So she's like, she wants to save. It's interesting.
So, she...
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
Really? Well, not the whole House of the Hearth, because there's the Fortune Slip quest.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from
Fontaine.
We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Okay, that's why. Oh, man. Shit.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right.
So he is a member of the Hearth. He's a member of the House. He is a member of the House, but he's working independently. Okay.
If you should need anything at all in the future, feel...
Bye, Linny!
That's it. Shit! There's Navia.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial...
Ah, I see. Well, sorry.
Don't say that, Navi.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire. Wait, should we have a...
Huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a... Anyway, it would just be a meal, so...
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, then.
Paimon is easily... Oh, it just ends there? Okay. Oh, man. It's like, do I keep going? Because, holy shit, man. Good lord. What a quest. That's nuts. That's a lot. That's a lot at once. That's part one. How long is part two? Let me check. That's a lot. Okay, it's also 3. This was 3 hours. I don't know if I want to keep going. I want to do literally anything. I'm going. I'm keeping on. Because I have a feeling we're gonna get stuck. We're gonna get into the. Of course, we're gonna see Child, and then we're gonna. There's a lot. There's a lot. Shit. I did not expect that to be Arlecchino's story. That's really interesting.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up.
Oh, don't worry.
Well, in that case...
Ooh, everything looks so good.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll...
And if it's not?
Well,
Yeah. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but...
Oh, true.
He's very
Speaking
rich.
of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking!
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. It's all right. Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina.
Yeah, we've heard that...
Well...
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's back.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon... I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the...
Could you...
All right, here's another. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy... valid point. All right, You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to Why don't we give it a try after this meal?
Huh?
Was this...
No, it's fine.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend...
Is that so? If we're all finished eating...
Yeah, we're...
Are you going to talk with Fiona already? Or something else gonna happen?
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Nah, that would be so... normal.
Okay.
Hey, Navia! What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing to Spina...
Let's give...
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, in any case...
See ya!
I have a feeling we're going to need her help eventually. That's... okay. I've never seen them do a title card in the middle of a camera pan. That's cool. I am easily amused. Anyway, it's time to talk. And then after that, I might back it in, because I've been going for 3.5 hours. That was Act 1. Presumably Act 2 is the same length. Good lord. I missed the smaller quests.
There aren't any people around anymore.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Ugh.
Vache? Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking? Huh? Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Interesting. Looks like we're not going to be seeing the Hydro Archon. Oh?
Vache, are you... my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? I'm... Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once.
So were all oceanids once human?
I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. I do not know how I came to be like this either.
Yeah. I think she was one of them.
I vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, WOAH would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. No! Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet WOAH, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw WOAH above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. Is that what you call it? Dissolving. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence.
Uh-oh. What the fuck? What?
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand?
Something's going on. Oh, she's not with them. Okay. Are you taking control of the mech? That's interesting.
Quick, now's our chance!
Okay, that's awesome.
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Oh, that's what they meant.
Were he alive today?
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in great danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've got today.
Mademoiselle, I believe that Miss Clarand was being sincere with you.
I know, she's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious! And there was that champion duelist named Clarand who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger?
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really?
Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake. After we parted ways, that the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Trying to kill her.
Yes. So, if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the crap.
Huh. Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to invest. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger.
What? Why would they go after us?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too! But it was real faint. Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it...
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing to be...
New intel? Why...
well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh.
So yeah, that ocean it is
WOAh.
part of the...
That name doesn't... Since he saw that young woman, but he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the Yes, thank you. This is very important and... Oh, you mean...
Well, you did say that our friend... And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
He's so happy.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can...
Don't worry, you two.
Okay. How far in are we? Still in part 1. I think we can call it for tonight. For today. It's only 4 p.m. It's not tonight. I think it's way darker than it is. I think we can call it. I'm gonna finish this on my own later. Holy hell, this is long. We have been going for almost 4 hours. Yikes. But yeah, my opinion is probably the start was kind of slow, But once they started bringing in all the trial stuff, it really picked itself up. I also feel like it's well paced. I struggle with pacing sometimes, and I feel like this is very well paced. A lot of questions, not a lot of answers. But I am going to take a breather, and then I'm going to finish this on my own. At a later date. Later today, probably. Holy shit. Really good start. I hope that the rest keeps up in terms of quality. Because, yeah. Very good. What are we at? We're at 27. Should we do a celebratory tenor? There's not really much for me on the banner that I'm interested in. What's my history like? That'd be 10. That'd be 14. Okay. I will ask a non-biased party if they say A, I will do a poll. If they say B, I will not do a poll.
Hello.
Hey guys, pick A or B right now.
B, I guess. Everyone else is not really here.
Okay, no pool today. Thank you. I'm going to end stream.
Okay.
Well, they've spoken. Can't argue with that. Thank you very much for watching. This was fun. I gotta start streaming more. Starting soon. I forgot about Arena Plush. Yeah. Very quickly entering the realm of favorite characters. Just a lot of people from Fontaine. I need a break, because this is a lot. Thank you! We had no dropped frames the entirety of the stream. Let's go. I gotta remember to stay off Twitter, because I'm not done yet. Feels like I'm done, but I'm not. Not done today. No pool today. No pool today. There's a little birdie who was like, hey, I should raid. And then I remembered, right, we're on YouTube. No raiding. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And all that. And hopefully, I forgot to record this entire stream, so hopefully I'll be able to download it in decent